Ghanaian travelers who are fully vaccinated with a verified COVID-19 card can now travel to France. We hear from the French ambassador to Ghana, who also sounds the alarm on the rise of visa fraudsters. She says that fully vaccinated Ghanaians can now travel to France in this regard.
You can travel to France if you are fully vaccinated and you have a card with a QR code. Then you can travel to France with just a visa and this card. If you are not fully vaccinated, then you still need a laissez-passer, which is you need to present a compelling reason, and a really compelling reason to travel. Then you explain, you give the documents to explain this compelling reason, and then the decision is made in France and sent back to us whether they consider it is a serious enough compelling reason to travel. And then you will need a PCR test less than 32 hours to be able to go to France. There's no quarantine, I should think, or is it? I can't remember, because the rules are changing regularly, so there can be a quarantine, but I think it's a self-quarantine. But ideally, being vaccinated really helps. Then when it comes to visas, of course, people haven't traveled for almost 18 months, so they have delayed their task, whatever they had to do, and they had business to do in France, and now everyone is rushing for visas, so we're a bit overwhelmed, and there's a big delay because I mean, we are just humans, so we cannot welcome more than 30, 40 people to do our job properly every day, to take the documents and then process them back in France, and then print the visas, call them back. So it's a big process.
So when can we see most of these backlog, filled out?
Oh, I think now that it has started, and probably thanks or because of Touch of France, that has created an appetite for France, we will have every year 7,000 to 10,000 people who will want to travel, and that's a good thing. But wherever you go, when there's a visa, you have to know that there might be some delays. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to recall that the only way to apply for a visa is online on france-visas.gouv.fr. If you don't write it down, go to the French Embassy, Google French Embassy in Ghana, and then you will find the link to this very website. That's the only place you apply for a visa.
And of course, you're making this announcement in the back of increased, visa fraudsters around, around the country. How much of this is a concern to you, especially when we're having cases with the Schengen visa?
We have cases every day. Every day. We have two types. Some people who have been unfortunately trapped by an agency who said, don't worry, I will organize the visa for you. And they provide false documents, and then when they arrive here, we look at the documents. We work closely with the Ghana police and Ghana immigration, and we say, I'm awfully sorry, but your bank statement is false, or your insurance is false, and we have to deny it. And because it's a Schengen visa, it's worth for 26 countries. But of course, the 26 countries are connected. So when you are denied in one embassy, you will be denied everywhere. So don't try that. Don't go for agencies. Go apply online, and it's free. The application is free. So do it online, and then respect very scrupulously the documents that are requested. Then you will be called for an appointment. The appointment is to be made through VFS. Okay. This is our partner. Every year we do a call for tender, and we take the best with the best price, because the ones who will charge the least to organize the appointments, so that people don't pile up in front of the embassy and wait until the rain and eventually said, sorry, we're closed. So they organize the appointments so that people come to the appointments, because we need to take your fingerprints and to take your documents. And then everything goes into the machine and it's processed back in France, and France gives the go or no go. When we receive the agreement, it unlocks the printing of the visa, and so we print the visa, stick it on your passport, call you to come and pick it up. So the first the kind of frauds we have is false documents, very often provided or suggested by agencies who on top of that will charge you because they will say that they know perfectly well the embassy, and it could be part of a travel agency. Oh, don't worry, I will handle the visa. Do not run away, absolutely run away. The second possibility is false visas, just completely fake visas, but then they get stopped and arrested at immigration at the airport.
So, I mean, I've spoken to other embassies and high commissioners, and of course they've made me understand the fact that there's specific, reasons to travel, education, health, or to visit your loved ones. Is that the same case with, your country as we speak?
Education, health, family, business. If you can show that if you don't go, you might lose an important market or an important job. We really study case by case. But it has to be compelling. It has to be, well, funerals, of course, and sickness of someone in your family that you have to attend. It's a case by case. So, I mean, save the hassle. Get vaccinated, get your card, and you won't be asked for any compelling reason. You'll be able to travel. If the regulations are not changing, because we have to adapt the situation of COVID, if we have a fourth, I can't remember which wave we are in now, a third, fourth, or fifth wave, of course we immediately have to take serious measures to stop the pandemic in and out.
Great. So, Madam Ambassador, we're done with the questions, but we just want to know you better. So who is the personality behind the position? I mean, if you're to go deeper to understand who Madam Ambassador is, what she likes, the kind of hobbies that she really enjoys, the human behind the position.
I think that's the most difficult thing to talk about is oneself, because I don't look at myself behaving, so you should probably ask my staff. I really don't know. I'm just a civil servant who is dedicated to her country and the public service, and I think it's an amazing opportunity to be able to build bridges between my country, that of course I love, and Africa, that I have grown up loving as well. What I think is the most important is that even though you will thrive, your values have to remain the core roots, and really, really cherish them, because that's what makes you so special.